Have you ever thought about how many unexpected events happen every second in the natural world? They can take place in the jungle, on the street, or right at your house. Today, we will dive into the world of the most incredible and sometimes funny moments with animals that were captured on camera. Get ready to witness everything from amazing pet tricks to shocking encounters with wildlife. Let's go! In the aquarium, just one alligator swims as if it is acting in the Jaws movie, but do not be afraid, the glass will hold all its ambitions. Just take a look at how it is rushing around as if someone said that the audience can be used as an appetizer. When your dog is the size of a small elephant, every walk looks like an adventure with extreme elements. Each trip in the car requires an allocation of its own separate place. That's how real champions deal with boredom. The horse has arranged a small boxing championship for itself. Now, let's place bets. How many rounds do you think the ball will last? Right at the very beginning, this fluffy bear bursts into your arms with the sweetest hugs. Don't be afraid, it's kind. I'm sure that everyone has such an arrogant friend who doesn't want to help cook anything, but comes when everything's ready. A kangaroo is a kangaroo, so it just wants to hide as soon as possible, and where, it doesn't matter anymore. Just look at how much care and tenderness there is in those eyes. Perhaps this is the best babysitter. Appearance is absolutely not important for a friend, he's just loyal, that's all. What a cool dachshund, have you ever seen this? Her perseverance is worth learning a lot. She seemed to like this guy. How calmly and confidently this bear walks to the car as if he does it every day. Maybe it's really his car? Everyone has long been used to the fact that seals can rest everywhere. How do you like these cats? Who's trying to do things without me? This is wrong. Let me show you how to do it.
What a twist! Haven't you expected to see this either, have you?
This cat was clearly not ready for such vivid emotions. What a level of uniformity of movements. It looks like these dogs do a lot of things together. Meeting this giant on the road can be unforgettable, especially if you forget that you shall never play with kangaroos. In this case, it's better to stay away if you don't want to get into a fight. Watching a camel eating a prickly cactus with an appetite is reminiscent of a scene from an unusual movie. Do not try to repeat this at home. It's a mystery to us, but for it, it's just a regular dinner. When a shadow with a massive tail flashes in the waters next to you, your heart stops. What if marine life has more than just swimming in its plans for today? With such ocean neighbors, it's better to be on your guard. Don't trust such a serene appearance. It was a trap. The crocodile, like an experienced strategist, masterfully set up an ambush for its victim. Fortunately, the cameraman managed to get its feet and camera away from the toothy predator in time. Such a giraffe lying in a truck is already a rather unusual sight, but the excitement of drivers on the road was even higher. Everyone prayed for the animal so it would fit into the framework of the bridge without hitting its head. A fence, as it turned out, is not the best option for holding an animal with formidable horns. Now everyone has understood it. All that remains is to run around the corners, trying to get away from the freed and very excited beast. This is not just a cow, but an acrobat cow grazing quietly on the roof of the house. How did it get in there? This is another question, and there is no answer to it yet. The monkeys at the zoo suddenly faced a surprise. As you can see, this man with a prosthetic leg attracted everyone's attention. Their surprised looks and playful poses indicated that they definitely did not expect such a show. Someone needs to call the Scandinavian hammer throwers. We have talent here. The monkey hit the operator with such precision and force with a bottle that its abilities make you think about a sports career. Well, we have a real Casanova in front of us. He seems to know exactly how to skillfully attract the attention of beautiful girls. Indeed, he is a master of his craft. Seriously, have you thought that a free monkey would ignore your backpack? It certainly won't miss the chance to check it in search of delicious treasures. To catch such a beauty is a real success. Such an absolutely blue and large fish is a rare trophy. I really hope that after a couple of spectacular photos, it was released back into the depths of the sea. What a picture! This panda is resolutely trying to break through the door. It's a little disturbing, isn't it? It is not a fact that such an unexpected and very determined guest will be welcome inside. This snake on the windshield is an uninvited passenger who has chosen an extreme place for itself. It seems that it is delighted with the ride at speed, like on a roller coaster. Here is an unexpected twist. In this game, the cat is the master and the owner is a slave. It's immediately clear that the one with the tail and whiskers is the boss here. Can you imagine the horror of people on safari when a huge elephant full of anger took aim at their car? It was a real test for nerves. It's not every day that you become the center of attention of such a powerful being. A best friend will always protect you from rash actions. Playing peekaboo with this cat is not an easy task. What a well-coordinated team hunt. I'm afraid there's no chance of salvation in the game. Babies are babies even in the world of animals. They love to play and frolic anytime and anywhere. Is it possible to be angry at such a cutie? Even though it is terribly dirty, he's happy. Often many people dream of a herd of fans, but it happens that the wish comes true in a slightly different way. Who lives in this tiny house?
Hello. He's like like bitches.
Everyone has their own favorite animal, which they are always ready to please and squeeze. What is your favorite pet? Write it in the comments below. While the babysitter is having fun playing with the child, the elephant's mother can finally eat in peace. With such a friend, any game will always be a winning one. When it's very boring and you don't know what else to do. It seems that the cat is incredibly delighted with the hands of this girl. This is a massage therapist from God. What do you mean? And where did the ball go? I don't understand anything. What's wrong? It turns out that in order to have a lot of fun, you don't even have to get up from your favorite place, but only if you have a fluffy friend. How can we find out whose stick it is?
To be honest, I'm speechless after witnessing it. What about you?
The main thing is not the appearance, but the soul. If you're brave, then the sea is knee-deep for you. When it's hot as hell outside, that is the only way to walk. I think that you can now send such a friend to the store for bread and even ask to help in the garden. This is an undercover ninja turtle. With a best friend, even milk tastes better. Hey, where did you go? Where are you? What's wrong with you? It looks like someone here doesn't really like to walk. Therefore, they have to come up with innovations. Who wants to play hide and seek? Owner, I've already played. I want to go home.
No, no. Rita, no, no, no. No.
These two seem to have fun playing together. Hey, Yummy, where are you going? I want to eat more of you, please. Sooner or later, anyone can run out of patience. Tom and Jerry, is that you? Look, I can do that too. So, who's going to find a hidden cat here? There are different dances. The main thing is to get a good partner.
There are things that are absolutely impossible to believe, and how could this even happen?
Hey, what are you looking at? I'm waiting for a friend here. For best friends, neither the place nor the circumstances matter. The main thing is that they are together. Wow, what an interesting toy. Hey, what are you? Where did you fly to? Get back here, I'm telling you. Now don't be fooled by the soft pads and fluffy fur of the dog's paw. Sharp claws are always on the alert, ready to pop out at any moment. It's better to keep your pet in a good mood. It seems that cows and calves have chosen the resort as their pasture and are now peacefully lying on the beach sand. One can only envy such a picturesque idyll. As you can see, animals are able to choose places to relax. It's weird and a bit unreal. The cat on the street suddenly took a pose as if time had stopped around it. However, it seems that it is the only creature in such a temporary bubble of time. The monkey's attempt to take the treat through the bars ended in a fiasco, so it immediately transformed from a cute primate into an angry tiger. Watching such unexpectedly bad behavior is a whole show. Their jungle adventure took on an unexpected turn when a crocodile appeared in front of them in the water. Fortunately, the predator was very peaceful, preferring calmness to hunting. When the giraffe looked into the car for a snack, it was obvious that it had no idea about being modest. Why would it be shy if it could just get its long tongue to the most delicious treats of passengers? No one expected to see such a grumpy raven on the roof of a car, but all his anger quickly dissipated when it became clear that it just wanted a little love and warmth. Obviously, even birds have bad days.
Scared the crap out of me. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing, buddy? Whoa.
Here is the scene of the day. This is a cat with its head sticking out of a ceiling. It is unclear what it was looking for or how it got into this position in the first place, but it looked clearly confused. Now we have the following question: what adventures brought it to the ceiling? Haven't you seen pandas at the table? They just decided to have a human lunch, sitting comfortably on chairs. Now we have another break for a panda-style meal. For these mechanics, car surprises were commonplace, but the possum, which settled in the lower part of the car, clearly went beyond the usual. Even for experienced specialists, such an unusual passenger was a real surprise. Now we have something truly interesting. They wanted to go fishing, but they had to play an unplanned game of Who's the Boss with a crocodile. Fortunately, our fisherman turned out to not only have good fishing rods, but also excellent reflexes. The catch was taken home despite such a toothy competitor. Underwater, the diver accidentally got into a VIP meeting of 20 marine life. It is understandable why he felt so blissful. It's not every day that you're greeted by such exquisite guests from the depths of the sea. Have you ever wondered how an octopus fits in a bottle with a narrow neck? This is not just a trick, but a kind of art from the main illusionist of the underwater world. It's probably like being in a first-class suite. People were engaged in snow racing when an animal appeared out of the forest. As you can see, it wasn't in the mood for jokes. That's how suddenly winter fun transforms into an extreme challenge. Turtles at home always look cute when one knows how to take care of them, but using diapers, is this a new branch of evolution or just someone's idea of fashion for reptiles? I'll probably leave the answer to the experts. Under the layer of marsh mud in the pool, the crocodile is so skillfully disguised that it is almost impossible to notice it. But as soon as you get close to the pool, the green ninja immediately goes on the attack. Fortunately, there is a reliable metal grill between it and the operator. Do any of you still think ostriches are smart? I would say that they are rather uneducated and overly confident. Modesty seems to be an unfamiliar word for ostriches, and impudence is their second name. The pet monkey decided to surprise the owner and show its cooking skills by actively starting to cook dinner. It all looked pretty cute and funny because such an extraordinary assistant acted as a chef. What a level of speed and reaction. I feel dizzy from their running around. Well, what kind of fluffy sweetness is this? It looks like the main builder didn't like something. Well, I'm tired. I'm gonna lie down. It seems that no one will refuse scratching. Why? It is so pleasant. Well, who was supposed to be stopped by this fence and barbed wire? Well, certainly not a clever bear.
And we're moving on at the speed of light. All the most interesting things are still ahead.
This chameleon is a true master of disguise. What a household assistant. Can I have a cat like that? I really don't like washing dishes. Come here, I want to play with you. Why are you running away from me? This is the tiny nest of the smallest hummingbird bird. It's incredible, isn't it? Probably this cute kitten imagines himself to be a formidable lion since he allows himself to be so disrespectful to a tiger. I think that sports is not for this lovely animal. Once saved, the bird fell in love with its savior so much that now it flies to visit him every day. In any case, a responsible supervisor is required to check the quality of work. How nice it is to return from work to your beloved home where you're joyfully greeted by a pet. Can anyone be happier to meet their loved one than these monkeys? Who do you think lives in such a comfortable house? It's a rooster. There is no chicken coop and a bunch of grumpy chickens, just silence and freedom. It's a pleasure to walk with such a dog. It looks like Ronaldo has lost his doggy. When the owner does not have time, he has to have fun with everything that comes under his paws. Such patience can only be envied. It's probably a mother. Probably in a previous life, this dog was a human. What a great drift. Fast and Furious has nothing to do with it. This cat has found an amazing place. In fact, the most important thing is to feel comfortable. Why doesn't anyone want to play with me? I have already seen how a cat sharpens its claws, but never how a dog sharpens its teeth. How beautifully it all started, but at some point, something went wrong. The landing is not always soft.
If you haven't liked this episode yet, now is the best time to do it.
When it's unbearably hot outside, you just want to refresh yourself right in the drinking bowl. You can do a lot of things for a sip of such desirable cold water. One, two, 1, 2. They're so cute. Not all cats are afraid of water. Some even like to play with it. So who won by playing hide and seek here? That's what the being on the same wavelength phrase means. I'm not interested in why he got in there. I just have a question. How? Despite all the obstacles, he was able to do it. Great job. So who is the author and who is the follower here? Every kangaroo likes to hide in secluded places. This is what happens when you overthink. It was a good throw, but I feel sorry for the TV.
Huh? Please tell me a video of that. Please tell me.
What a level of skills. This bulldog can be a great trainer. When I see the goal, I see no obstacles. How beautifully this ball flies. It is necessary to carefully monitor it so that it does not hit someone. The main thing is not who gave birth, but who brought it up. Ha! It was a piece of cake. What a great guy I am. Oops. The black swan plays the role of a generous patron. Apparently, it decided to share its lunch with the local fish. Just add some food into the water, and now the whole river is here for a feast. Yet another example of kindness. There's nothing personal, it's just the monkey has once again proved that style is its second name. Having tried on the role of a gangster in glasses, which, by the way, skillfully borrowed from a tourist, our star immediately looked like a celebrity from Hollywood. The marine inhabitant apparently decided that the pool was just the beginning of its vacation. After exploring the water expanses, it took a lounger while scaring off the man resting on it. A place under the sun has been found, he thought, getting comfortable. This mouse is like a racer at the start. As a result, it turned the subway car into its own personal track. Passengers became unwitting witnesses of a mouse race where every centimeter of the way was under the bold control of a small warrior. A quiet bike ride along the reservoir suddenly turned into an excursion into the wild when crocodiles appeared on the way. Fortunately, these reptiles were surprisingly calm. Perhaps they were the most serene guests on his way. Who would have thought that an animal, usually so timid and wild, could so openly show love and tenderness to a person? The relationship between these two clearly goes beyond the ordinary. There is a real bridge between hearts across species boundaries. Do you think that only bears and monkeys like to make fun of people by stealing? But that's not the case. Wild pigs, as it turns out, are also not averse to joining the list of animal thieves. This snake met a car on a county road. As you can see, it behaves so aggressively, as if this is the first iron monster on wheels in its life. Apparently, the meeting turned out to be a real shock for it. What a charm! We usually see parents holding their kids by the hands, creating a whirlwind of laughter and joy. In this case, a primate decided to participate in such a game. It turned out that it was no less skilled at it. The game was suddenly interrupted when a large buffalo appeared. The fans and players had to forget about the game and sports. They had to deal with complete panic, which overwhelmed everyone who was too close to an unexpected guest. Such eyes can conquer the heart at first sight. I want to take the baby home and declare it a new member of the family. Don't rush, such a lovely look is followed by a whole bunch of possible troubles and challenges. Ostriches, although they lack the ability to fly, they can definitely conquer the dance floor. These birds are real disco stars. Their movements are so graceful and rhythmic that any dancer will envy. The insect enjoys a fresh leaf so enthusiastically as if it were its last supper. It's a pleasure to watch such a banquet, like a miniature gourmet show in the open air. The curious and careful sheep did not leave the young man without work. He had to jump over it, dodging its light attacks. What can I say? This is a good workout and a fun reminder of your bright youth. A simple task to catch a piglet in the pen turned into a mini performance. It looks like an innocent piglet, but in its soul, it is a real Pumbaa with the Hakuna Matata motto for its life. It turned the attempts to catch it into a real adventure with elements of comedy. Such an unexpected guest on the slope will undoubtedly become a long and vivid story in his collection of winter memories. A walk along the pier can turn into an unplanned race if a sea lion suddenly jumps onto land. When walking near the water, it is better to keep your eyes wide open. Otherwise, you will have to demonstrate your sprinting abilities. I've always said that monkeys are the real babies in the animal world. They also love to sit on their hands, get some hugs, and even tickle. They offer the same sincere emotions and irrepressible fun. The seagull decided that the best place to nest was a police car. It looks like it's serious about getting protection from the most reliable source. Now the bird is under the wing of the law in all senses. It would seem to be an ordinary calf, but such a unique single horn on its head made everyone around it gasp in surprise. All because you don't see such an unusual representative of the animal world every day. For some reason, the monkey decided that the bathroom was not a place for ordinary bathing, but a stage for such a soap show. Blowing bubbles right out of its mouth, it turned into a true foam star. The dogs in the house did not seem to expect such a guest as a snowman in the yard. The owners decided to make a joke, and now the four-legged ones are examining the frosty stranger with bewilderment and suspicion. Is Bigfoot real? Synchronized gymnastics is the main task for these raccoons today. They tried very hard to keep up, but in the end, their morning exercises looked more like a comedy show. As you can see, their uniformity of movements is terrible. The brown bear seems to have decided that just walking is not enough and decided to check someone's car. It didn't just look at it, it opened the door like a real professional hijacker. The owners will be surprised when he discovers that his car was inspected by a real bear. Such a performance unfolded in the zoo. This bear, seeing a little boy jumping in front of its enclosure, decided to keep up and started jumping in unison. The entertainment was successful, both were delighted with their joint activity. Who would have thought that peacocks are the real masters of flash mobs? They put on a whole dance show around the home table on the veranda as if they were performing some ancient peacock ritual of their own. The girl was calmly walking near the park when suddenly a whole flock of sheep appeared in front of her. They stared at her, and she stared at them, both sides in complete disbelief. What happened next is completely unclear. No one has figured out why the boars decided to use it as a brush, but the result was excellent. They created an improvised car wash from nature. I'm sure that the owner of this car had never seen something like that before. Times are changing. Spider-Man has given way to a super cat. The purring hero easily climbs the walls, demonstrating skills that are worthy of a superhero. All for the sake of a noble mission to rescue mice in trouble. This dog set a personal record while walking, pollinating flowers with an enthusiasm that even a swarm of bees would envy. It had a great time while helping the plants almost professionally. When the black goat saw its copy double in the mirror, its fighting spirit hit the sky. With the determination of a true warrior, it attacked its reflection, hoping to win the duel, but there was no chance of having it. Can someone attach a stoplight to this stormy stream of ducklings? They're like a small river rushing into big water. This is not just a migration, but a whole attack. cat does not just live in this house, he dominates as a local watchman. If you were not invited, it will greet you as if you had personally offended its ancestors. Who would have thought that a little dog's walk could turn into an epic battle? Such a scene turned out to be so comical that even words cannot describe it, so take a look at the battle of a four-legged fighter against an invisible force. If it comes to meeting huge snakes, then you need to remember that it's the worst time for solo performances. To protect yourself, you will need a whole team equipped with the right tools and expertise. Flocks of wild boars are not the kind of neighbors that you would like to cross paths with. It's not the most pleasant meeting, so it's better to be prepared for such surprises of nature.